One of the Empire's most unique and powerful vessels is soon to get a big update, and I'm talking the World Devastator, and just take a look at the changes and differences for yourself. In this video, we'll not only give you a breakdown of the ship's updated stats, abilities, but also go over the World Devastator's origins and lore, and how the vessels will help your future campaigns as the Empire. Want to make your own little dark empire? Check this video out. Let's roll the intro. Before the World Devastator, the Empire used automated factory vessels dubbed Leviathans. Leviathans obviously looked like precursors to the World Devastators, and that's because that's what they were. They ingested large amounts of raw material from planets or destroyed equipment, and each Leviathan could produce up to 3 TIE fighters per hour if given enough resources. It was a good first try, and you can see how it could be really useful on a battlefield, but considering alternatives and its output, there was a lot left to be desired. The Empire, however, would make astronomical improvements to the Leviathan, making it a totally new threat to the galaxy in the form of the World Devastator. This new flying warship slash factory could eat Leviathans for breakfast and confidently outperform its predecessor in every way. The World Devastator was arguably the Emperor's proudest creation. In his usual vengeful ways, he kept these weapons hidden until he was ready to unleash them onto his most hated population, the Mon Calamari, as we see in the Dark Empire comics. At the Battle of Mon Cala, the New Republic, with all their weapons, is not able to significantly damage a World Devastator by conventional means. And more importantly, their production capabilities were exponentially increased when compared to their predecessor. The ship was capable of producing hundreds of different weapons of war and deploying them directly from the assembly line to the battlefield. Not only that, but the World Devastator could actually upgrade itself using those same raw materials, so the longer a campaign or battle went, the more powerful the vessel would become. In addition, as I alluded to, the World Devastators were just incredible warships in their own right. Outfitted with exceptional shielding, thick hull armor, and a plethora of weapon systems, the World Devastators could take on entire fleets. A World Devastator of significant size could even pump out capital ship grade vessels or upgrade ships on the battlefield. The survivability and potential destructiveness of a single World Devastator, especially considering the snowball effect of a World Devastator, which becomes more powerful off consuming resources, led them to be classified as a super weapon. Even when the New Republic captured a damaged World Devastator, as I covered in a video on my main channel, public sentiment was so against them that they were seen as too dangerous and eventually destroyed, which is a shame because after the Dark Empire campaign, they needed to rebuild their fleet. But how does this apply to the mod you know and love? Well, you've always been able to control World Devastators as the Imperial faction, but now they'll be even better. First off, you'll gain access to World Devastators as the Imperial faction, of course. This happens either if you begin the game in the Dark Empire era or progress to it naturally through the era progressive system. The first you'll get is the Silencer 7, commanded by Titus Clev, and his World Devastator will start at Tier 2. And yes, there are different tiers of World Devastators coming soon. Tier 2 means it will be basically a capital ship class. After absorbing enough material, it'll be upgraded to a Tier 3, aka a battle cruiser class. This is the highest tier and will produce a new baby World Devastator at Tier 1, frigate class. Remember, even if a World Devastator is not securing kills, it will upgrade slowly by simply being present on the battlefield. It is possible to upgrade from a single battle, but you would need a lot of enemies in order to make it happen. It will most likely take 3 to 6 medium-sized battles to secure the needed material for an upgrade. As you go up tiers, the ships become about 200% more powerful. For example, the main batteries of the frigate class are 4 heavy turbo lasers and it has 3,000 health. The capital ship class has 8 heavy turbo lasers and 12,000 health. But it's not just those basic stats, it's pretty much every stat of the ship. And I mean, also just look at how massive the battle cruiser tier is. Look how powerful it looks, and the stats back that up. The frigate has 4 heavy turbo lasers, 2 medium lasers, and a torpedo launcher with 3,000 health. The battle cruiser has 16 heavy turbos, 2 heavy ions, 4 assault missiles, 4 torpedo launchers, 16 medium laser cannons, and nearly 40,000 health. For comparison, ISD-2 has less than 9,000 health. However, while these are juggernauts, you have to use them very carefully. The only way to make more World Devastators is to keep upgrading your ships from Tier 2 to Tier 3. The idea is that you will only ever have one World Devastator actively being upgraded. The rest will be maxed out at tier 3. This cycle repeats until broken. The only way to break the cycle is to lose your growing tier 1 or tier 2 ship, because existing tier 3s won't spawn new units. So you need to make sure you don't lose your actively upgrading ship. That means no auto-resolving. Even under these conditions, the super weapon has the potential to conquer whole galaxies as long as that smallest World Devastator remains protected. It's theoretically possible that you could have an infinite number of these ships as well. So if you're the New Republic, you gotta focus on hunting down these tier 1 or tier 2 World Devastators, or else the galaxy is going to be a rough place for you. Because in terms of solar performance, any tier of World Devastator will generally outperform any similarly sized ship in a 1v1. Not to mention, its armament is surprisingly well-rounded for an Imperial vessel. It carries a swarm of fighters, has heavy-hitting guns and smaller laser cannons, meaning that it can take on enemy capital ships as well as corvettes and even fighters. Not just that, but pre-release, there are plans to add a special tactical ability, so be prepared for when these monsters arrive fully operational. To destroy these factory ships requires a full fleet. You'll need overwhelming firepower and screeners for those incoming fighters. Keep in mind that when one is advancing on you, you don't want to unnecessarily feed it more materials from your own destroyed forces. The only thing worse than a World Devastator is a larger World Devastator. But let us know, does this system sound too OP? The team has put a ton of work into balancing, and they feel confident that it'll be a very exciting addition to shake up your campaigns. We read your comments, so I'll be excited to see what you guys have to say about the concept and the footage. But besides that, I've been Justin, you've been watching EcksToo. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.